Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Good morning. I can't see. It's raining. Surprise. You're not on camera, Heath.
I know that.
Oh, you have snow? Oh, I'm jealous. Mom's got snow. Hi, Linda. Nina, Catherine, I saw bunches and bunches of names all of a sudden. So, business stuff. I'm a little sleepy. Hello, good morning. I'm Michelle Wolf. Thanks for the shares. You can find me at caddyshackdesigns.com. I do a bunch of different things. Lately, I'm pretty busy doing Reiki, combination Reiki with readings, little oracle card readings, and whatever intuitive information I get during a session. I've started to include that publicly. That's on the Reiki tab at my website. You can get more information about that. That's turning out to be pretty fun. It's not as scary as I thought it would be to be more public about that. That started happening a few years ago, and I thought, well, hello, schizophrenia. I'm hearing and seeing stuff in my head. But I've tested it out for myself, and it's always loving, and that to me is the how you weight it. Just a couple of years ago. I've been testing it out and running my own validation experiments. Good morning, Roseanne. I have your package all ready to go, Roseanne. And I feel confident enough now that I've tested it out. And good morning, Cindy. The intuitive information I get during Reiki sessions, I'm just offering that publicly now. So I didn't trust that information in the beginning. I didn't know where it was coming from, but it's really just coming from the connection between us. When you're doing Reiki, you're really tuned into someone and information just comes. So if it feels appropriate to share it, I share it. Yeah. I needed to validate it. I always wanted to make sure it was always coming from a space of love. Because you never know. I could have schizophrenia. You don't know. I could have needed some Zyprexa or something. Plus, I wanted to validate the information with the person I thought I was getting it from, and it turns out it actually is coming from them. Yeah, so learning to trust that intuitive. Oh, you're welcome. Cindy got Reiki because she had gallbladder surgery. Yeah, the connection, just when we're all like focused on each other, intuition just starts happening. And the more I trust it, the more it happens. And yeah, it is still a little freaky sometimes. So, but anyway, that's on the website now. And there's Reiki and enhanced Reiki. And of course, you can't ever make any promises with that stuff. It's so beyond my control. You get premonitions. Sometimes I would get a little flash, but not much. Mostly I'm just getting information from the person I'm focused on. Well, you're welcome, Cindy. That's what we all do here. We're a supportive bunch. Cindy had her gallbladder taken out. What a bummer, right? Especially when you're a massage therapist. So I set her up a quick Reiki thing. Just a quick little one. Today is, I had it 2009, I think. Here's all the Desire Map workshops coming up. We got women, January 11th, just a few more days for that one. Men starts February 15th, right after Valentine's Day. The young girls is not till April, and boys are just waiting for 3 to 5 boys to show up. We'll put together a workshop for boys. The girls has 2 in it already, and probably need 2 or 3 more. 13 to 16. 17 and 18 girls are focused in a completely different direction. They're looking toward college and graduation and Great. Well, if you want an affiliate link for any of those, let me know, and I pay $30 on that. Yeah. Yeah, 17 and 8, 13 to 16-ish. Ish. I mean, we can be flexible with that, but if you want an affiliate link, let me know. I'll send you one, Roseanne. Eventbrite makes me set up those affiliate links for each event, which is kind of a drag, so I'll figure out how to keep them set so I don't have to always be inundating you with emails. Today is A Course in Miracles Day. Woohoo! 2 years to go. Yeah. Course in Miracles in the workbook. Is today the 8th? What is today? The 6th? No. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Today's the 8th, right? 8. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is stuff changing right and left in your lives? Just like every 5 seconds is stuff changing? Oh, that's a bummer. I don't know what that's about. My signal's not flickering. I think it might be you. It's not me, it's you. It's not me. It's you. Your life is a whirlwind, yes. Pop back out, Linda, and sign back in and see if you get a clearer connection. Sometimes that helps. I'm being stalked by a cat. Life is changing really rapidly, so it's all good. Just roll with it. Whoop. It's all good. Label it all unlabelable. Just don't even label it. Just experience. No label, just experience. Today's lesson number 8 is my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. If you haven't already, you can find the workbook online because the beginning readings are long and need to be read, I think, more than once. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts is today's lesson. This idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. So Byron Katie is like a living Course in Miracles. She's like the book living as a person. We only see our own thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of A Course in Miracles, Beth. It's this book right here. You're okay. We're in the workbook. We're in part 1 of the student workbook. If you need to find it online, you can get A Course in Miracles online for free, just about like a dozen different places or more. Lesson number 8. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time, and your mind can't in fact understand anything. The one wholly true thought one can hold about the past is that it's not here. That's pretty good. The only true thought about the past is that it's over. That is for sure true. Everything else is a projection of your thoughts and your the lenses that you look at the past with. To think about it at all is to therefore, think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does this because it's not really thinking about anything. Because there's nothing to think about. It's already over. So it's really just reruns. You've got a head full of summer reruns. And a head full of projected pilot programs. Pilot TV shows. And I don't know about your summer reruns, but mine are pretty bad sitcoms. Most of the time. They're like old reruns of Happy Days and Three's Company. And what was the other one? What was the name of the... Oh, Facts of Life. Stupid stuff. I hate reruns. Me too. Stay away from the reruns in your head. You love Three's Company. That's awesome. So the purpose of exercises for today is to train your mind to recognize when it's not thinking. Sunday, Monday. Happy days. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. When we're thinking about the past or we're thinking about the future, we're not experiencing our connection to Source. We're not aware of our connection to God. We could be creating astounding things if we weren't lost in the past or the future. Speaking of creation, I just accepted a portrait commission for 7 dog faces on one paper. I think I may have lost my mind. I think I may lose my mind in the process of getting 7 dog faces on one 14 by 17 sheet of art paper. We'll see how that goes. I'll show you as we go. But yeah, I'll start that today. Oh my God. I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for a woman that I really like and that I used to work with. That's the only reason I'd take on. So nobody get any ideas. I don't do more than 3. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so train your mind to recognize when it's lost in a rerun or projecting a new series, a new pilot for a new series. Because if you're doing either one of those things, you have lost your connection to God. You're not awake. If you're swimming around in the past, unless you're actively like investigating a story or doing some healing work there, and you're aware of your connection to Source, and that's what you're doing, that's different. Rehashing the past and re-traumatizing yourself and draining your energy is entirely unproductive, and you're asleep at the wheel when you're doing that. And if you're asleep at the wheel, you're not creating the life that you could be, because everything you're doing right now, everything we're doing together right now is our tomorrow. We're doing right now laying the bricks for tomorrow's house. We're doing it right now. And that's why our lives are changing in such positive ways, because every day, several times a day, we're tuned in to our awareness of of conscious creation, not creating by default and being like, ooh, I'm lucky, or oh, I stumbled into. Nope, it's not luck, it's not stumbling into, it's doing this kind of stuff and creating your tomorrow right now. But you don't worry about what's coming. You just focus on right now. It's a tricky practice. That's why it takes daily practice. Lottery numbers needed for tomorrow. Isn't the Powerball or like some astonishing amount? Yeah, it's huge. We're waiting for a car part, so I'm not going to be running out and getting lottery tickets. But although actually I do have to go get cat food, so I should probably pick up a ticket. You never know. Train your mind to recognize when it's not awake. Train yourself to recognize when your mind has taken over. And you do that by this. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. The exercises for today should be done with your eyes closed. This is because you can't actually see anything, and it's easier to recognize that no matter how vividly you may picture a thought, you're not actually seeing anything. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so, merely noting the thoughts you find there. Name each one. Oh, I'll share. You bet I will. Hi, Cynthia. We got you. I got you. So with as little investment as possible, just scan your mind. Hi! As neutral a place, from as neutral a standpoint as you can. Just scanning your mind. Just observing the thoughts that are rattling around in there. Name each one by the central theme it contains and go on to the next. Here's the practice statement for today. I seem to be thinking about money. I seem to be thinking about car parts. Or whatever you're thinking about. I seem to be thinking about cat fights. And not women fighting, actual cats fighting. Health. I seem to be thinking about health. Then name each of your thoughts specifically. So, for example, I seem to be thinking about car parts, about okay, I'll just read it the way it says it. I don't really understand exactly what it's saying. I seem to be thinking about insert name of a person, body parts, about name of an object, about name of an emotion, and so on. Concluding at the end. Oh, okay. So you're just listing and naming. That's a good thing to be thinking about. You're just listing off in a sentence. You're just naming everything. So I seem to be thinking about car parts and cats and jobs and the dishes in the sink and the cat staring at me like she's considering her options if she can take me or not. Do you guys know that there's research done on tortoiseshell and calico cats? Tortoiseshell cats especially have attitude. It's called tortitude. Grit's actually in a book now. She just was published in a collection of tortoiseshell cats. And they've done some research, and it must be just the way genetics come together to make a tortoiseshell cat also comes with it. She is famous. She's on a national calendar. Now she's in a book. It's the same picture. Let me see if I can turn this around where you can see her. Can you see her on the couch? She's looking away now, but she has been staring at me. Staring at me with that evaluative stare of, I think I could take her. Attitude. They actually like when I'm scoping because of the energy. And they like when I'm doing Reiki, they'll come and get all over the place. When I'm doing Reiki, their cats are very responsive to energy. If you have meditation groups in your house, the cats are always in the middle of everything. They're very sensitive to it. Sometimes some dogs too. So anyway, don't linger over any one thing in particular, but remember to omit nothing specifically. Glance briefly at each subject and go on to the next. So it's the same practice. Hey, Tanya, I tried to wait till Jeffrey was done, but I just couldn't. I think we keep overlapping each other, but that's the beauty of replays. My dog stares intently when she wants something. Yes. My dogs used to do that too. That's about the best they've got. Oh, good. It's like, oh man, I hate crossing paths with people that I know. I don't want to make you guys choose. Oh, good, good. I go back and watch these replays sometimes because we're often right at the same time. So it's the same. I'll take that as a really nice compliment. Don't exclude. Oh, you fell asleep. You're so sweet. Don't leave any thoughts out. So these early exercises in A Course in Miracles, it's really important to apply them to all your thoughts, because as you apply them to all your thoughts, you'll see where your preferences are. You'll have preferential thoughts that you don't want to give up. And so as you're doing this work, you'll find yourself resistant to letting go of certain subjects. And that's how you know where your work is. So if you really enjoy grinding an axe in your head about an old event and you're applying this and trying to detach from it and you find yourself resistant to letting it go, then it's time to look at the story about that event and do some work around it. If we're in the middle on a replay, here's my website again. CaddyshackDesigns.com. My name's Michelle Wolf. I love my little cup, but it's really not a great coffee cup. More for tea, because it's small. You have some tea in that. Well, it's not a big enough vat with a handle for coffee. We like a vat with a handle. It's a cozy little cup. More for tea. I shouldn't cover the logo. It is good for tea. It's a good size for a cup of tea. I appear to be thinking about, that's a good one too. I seem to be thinking about. We are just observing our thoughts. Yes. I seem to be thinking about the underlying understanding we're trying to get to is that we're thinking about the past. Yeah. I seem to be thinking about cars, dishes, clutter, IKEA. Yeah. Cats, conflict among the cats, jobs. You're kind of doing I like to do it verbally because then I get to hear how ridiculous it is. Schoolwork, bills, the price of gas. When you start naming your thoughts verbally, yes, it's like a brain dump. And then you're like, oh my God, I really think about a whole lot of just nothing. And you get to see that you don't have to attach meaning to your thoughts because it's all random. I did a talk once on memory. Memory is like, here's something you see. Here, let me draw this. You see an object. Let me sketch this out here real quick for you. And that leads to a memory. And that leads to more memories. And each of those lead to more memories. And that's where your thoughts are coming from. So I see a cat, which leads to, she caused a lot of trouble with Ginger Rose yesterday, which leads to the other cats and another cat and the previous time we had her, which leads to cats I had in childhood. And oh, I need to get cat food. And oh, I need to order cat litter. And oh crap, I still haven't written that blog cat litter review. And blah, 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 blah. You see how it goes? One thing triggers this whole spider web effect because that's how our memories are set up. That's why they're memories. They're connected to each other. And if there's emotion in those connections, they're harder to, first of all, they get remembered longer and more clearly, and they're harder to undo the story about. It's a spider web. So that's how it just all goes. So there's no point in trying to trace your thoughts. There's no point in, right, no wonder you're tired. There's no point in trying to figure out the linear progression of a thought and then overwhelm because they're not linear. They're spider webby. You see a person that reminds you of a person who you have a thing with, then that scatters out and starts going all different directions. In EMDR, when you're doing trauma work, and then you're energetically drained, right? You're allowing that process to happen while you're doing bilateral stimulation, and the mind will go where the pain is. But it goes through a really random, maze-like, circuitous pathway, and you really learn to just trust the mind or the whole collection of you, and it will go where it needs to go, and you just stand back and let it happen. I really think that's where I got some of my best training for trusting that our minds and bodies know what to do. Who is running the show? That's the question. Who's thinking the thoughts? Who is seeing the memories and evaluating them? The thinker. The ego. The ego's job is to organize all that stuff and so you can function in reality. So that's why you shouldn't, I don't believe you should treat your ego as an enemy. Keep your enemies close to your chest and work with them. Sometimes the language in Course in Miracles can get, I think some people interpret it that we should stamp out our ego. Well, you can't stamp out your ego, or you won't be able to manage your finances, or you won't be able to schedule appointments. Your mind has a purpose. Just work with it. Yeah, and you can't do it anyway. So you're just creating more wars in your head. You're just creating more enemies in your mind. But understand that your mind is always thinking, blah, 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 blah. Car parts, cats, clutter, need to go to IKEA, need to mail some packages, got to go get cat food, got to write the blog review on the cat litter, ding, 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 all over the place. And just let it go. Just let it do it. Oh, I remember cat. Thanks, ego amigo. Yeah, make your ego your amigo. Or amiga. So just let it do its thing. That's what these exercises are for. Is just to recognize that that's what mind does, and it's okay. You don't have to get in there and tinker around and try to stop it and make a story and dig further into a passing thought. If you have a passing thought, it's just a passing thought. Just let it go. Just let it slide right on by. Unless it's something important like, I need to order cat food. I save money if I order cat food online. I need to do that today. It feels like a crazy train, but it's just mind. It's just what it does. It's just a packet chihuahuas. Yep, you just notice and don't believe it. Don't attach importance to it. Yeah, and curiosity is a good thing. I mean, that's a good thing for mind. Investigate. If you give your mind stuff to do, it won't bother you so much. Find new subjects. And also, there's a brain chemistry there. When you learn new things and explore new subjects, your brain is releasing dopamine, and dopamine is our happy chemical. So when you go learn a new language, even though it's hard, or you pick up the guitar or the cello or whatever, and you pick up some new activity or skill, your mind really enjoys that, and there's a physical reward to it. You get a nice little boost of dopamine there, which can really help in the winter, especially. It's dope, yo. It's dope, the dopamine. So I'm still just rattling on about this, and I forgot we have our other book here. Law of Divine Compensation. There's always more to work. Yeah. If you're in a field that's fascinating, you're always getting a little dopamine boost every time you run across a new puzzle to solve. Your brain likes puzzles. It likes repetitive crafts, crochet and knitting and latch hook rugs, whatever. It likes repetitive motions, is calming to it. And then learning new things is stimulating to it. A brain without a job is your enemy. A brain will try to solve problems. So give it problems to solve. Give it puzzles, crossword puzzles. A brain sinks into depression when you give it problems it can't solve, like things in the past that can't be changed. So your brain just goes in circles, and in circles, and in circles, and in circles, and eventually it gives up, and you've got depression on your hands. Or overwhelm. Because our brains are wired to solve problems. So you take control of that process. A bad habit, yeah. When your brain is stuck on a problem it can't solve, find another problem for it, like how to conjugate verbs in French, which I still don't understand. There are times when we thought what we thought was our very best thinking drove us in a ditch. That's about where we left off the other day. Oh, so this chapter that we're on is spiritual surrender in this book, The Law of Divine Compensation. We experience who we really are and what we're meant to do in any moment, which the Course in Miracles calls the holy instant, when we pour our love into the universe and this is me, reconnect to our oneness. That's the moment when we finally arrive, cultivating an attitude in which we see ourselves as here to serve a greater plan than our own, as vessels through which the love that is the heart of all things flows through us to bless the world. We bless ourselves and we bless everyone around us when we do that, which then in turn blesses the entire world. We have the power! We are the power. We must use our powers for good. Vessels through which the love that is the heart of all things flows through us to bless the world. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes, we are. This isn't something to announce to everyone we meet. Oh, so don't go around. I am a holy vessel and I am here to bless you. It's something that any of us can think about and act on. Hello, I'm your holy vessel. I'll be your holy vessel this evening. Hi, my name is Michelle and I'm your holy vessel. What would you like to order? And I will bless you with it. Parties of 8 have a 15% gratuity added. Parties of 8 or more. Fly. I find myself scared of people who have to announce to me what their particular belief is by slapping it all over their car or bringing it up in conversation every 5 minutes. You can have it, but don't tell anybody. The more someone says I'm a Christian, the more nervous I get. Oh, 18% gratuity, right. Yeah, 18%. Parties of 8 or more have an 18% gratuity. But the more someone barks at me, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, the more nervous I get. The more of that language, and it's not just Christians. If you have to advertise your religion, you don't have enough to do you any good. Perfect. My Uncle George says cool stuff all the time, like my dad, but cleaner. If you have to announce your religion, you don't have enough to do you any good. Correct. The car that's covered in, much cleaner. My dad's pithy sayings were peppered with profanity. But if you have to go around telling people I'm spiritual, you by definition are not. That's an ego. That's an ego. That's a scared ego trying so hard to be what it's not. It's trying. It knows what it wants to be, but it's not there yet. Because once you get there, you don't feel a need to talk about it. It may come up, but you don't feel a need to. Yeah, they're like little kids. Like, look, I'm a firefighter. I'm Superman. I've got a towel around my neck, so I'm a superhero. So they're just a little frightened, and it's okay. Just send them love. That's a fearful person doing that. So anyway, there's a little gnat who wants to hang out with me today, and I don't want to hang out with it. Opening ourselves fully to love is much different than the success mentality taught by the world. No taking the bull by the horns. No trying to push other people out of the way so you can be number one. No desperate struggling to get to the top of the heap. The gnat that never dies. It keeps being resurrected. Stupid gnat. As children of God, each of us already is at the top of the heap. The only real top of the heap is love, and love is what we are. So it's not about your number of followers. Because a lot of those followers don't ever see your posts anyway. Because they're in Taiwan or they're not paying attention or whatever. It doesn't matter. The people who need to find you will find you. I feel like I've got a little too much exposure. Facebook conspiracy. Those bastards. They're throttling back your post exposure, and it's true. And I'm not going to pay them millions of dollars. I'm offering you a peep show. Spiritual teaching / porn. As children of God, we're already there, okay? We're already at the top. We don't have to compete. Because the person who likes my teachings is going to show up. Naked intuition. That's right. I'm offering you. I just noticed that and I was like, oh, that's kind of a... And I don't even have cleavage. It's just this shirt. It's got them all... It's got the girls all pushed together. That's not natural. That's not... I breastfed my baby, so you know what happens. You know what happens when you do that. You get tennis balls and tube socks after that, buddy. Let me tell you. Oh my God. So inappropriate. You'll find... Yes, it gives you uniboob. Oh gosh. Right. You can put your eye out. If you don't strap those girls down, you could lose an eye if you have to run. Which comedian said, I think it was Joan Rivers, said something about like she has to wear a bra, but otherwise she'll trip. God. I'm not quite at the tripping stage, but it could happen. Oh, shit, I can't see. I can't see the paper. Oh, I don't have a flashlight. You got to make my eyes water. Okay. Knock yourself out, she said. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'm not going to be able to get my shit back together. It's funny because it's true. That's the sad part. It's funny because it's true. I used to say that I was the centerfold. That I was a centerfold pinup. An old lady wanted to die, asked Doc where her heart was so she could shoot herself. He said just under. We're getting a joke from Catherine. Just under the left boob. Admitted to hospital with knee shot. God. I used to say, I'm a pinup. I'm a centerfold. I'm a centerfold model for May. for National Geographic. You might want to go back outside. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, you guys, I can't see. He doesn't know. We're talking about saggy boobs, so I don't know if that's a topic you're interested in. He goes, oh gosh. All right. Whew, that was good. I actually worked up a sweat. That's my exercise. Can we just count that as my exercise for the day? Here we go again. I gotta put on. I'm not gonna wear this shirt again. So, holy laughter. Let's call it that. In recognizing you're here only to love, you realize that as long as you do that, you're already a success. Seriously, you have to watch the replay. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. Dang bugs. And love doesn't have to be something grand. Sometimes we want to be bigger than we're meant to be. And love doesn't, as Mother Teresa said, there are no great deeds, just small deeds done with great love. It might be a kinder greeting to the checkout person at the grocery store. Oh gosh. Oh no, Michelle. Sometimes. It might be a kinder greeting to the checkout. We just had a long conversation about our boobs, so triggered by my realizing I appeared to have a lot of cleavage, which I don't actually have in real life. It's an illusion, like your thoughts. Love comes disguised as a bearded man with dinner. Yes, I'll take that. You don't have any anyway, so yeah. Well, that's what I was saying is mine makes, the shirt I'm wearing makes it look like there's a lot there that's not. It might be a kinder greeting to the checkout person at the grocery store, or an apology to someone whose feelings you've hurt, or a simple expression of kindness, compassion, or forgiveness. The point is, here's the point. Oh, sorry. The point isn't. Here's what the point is not. Just what you give when you love. The point isn't just what you give when you love. It's also what you open yourself to receive. That's the key, right? We like to think, well, I'm a loving person. You're not a fully loving person if you aren't willing to accept that same love for yourself. It's going out, but it's not coming back in. And that's not the full cycle. That's an incomplete expression of the natural laws of the universe. The natural laws of the universe are going out and coming back in. We get into trouble when the wave just goes out and doesn't come back for 10 minutes, because what does that mean? We've got a tsunami coming. And we get in trouble when the waves are only coming in, because then we've got floods on our hands. We need the waves of the ocean to come in and then go back out. And come back in and go back out. Because too far on either direction and we've got problems. Yes, I think a lot of us do. To be in balance, the wave has to come in, and it also has to go out, like breathing. If you're only breathing out and not breathing in, you're in trouble. What you need?
Pine woman.
They're over there. Both of them are over there. We got 2 new oils yesterday. Northern Lights Black Spruce. Keep going. And Evergreen Essence. Honey, the big one. That's Evergreen Essence. Evergreen Essence is a mix of like 8 or 9 different pine deciduous trees. It smells amazing. He's going to put it in the truck because I have to drive his truck to take care of it. I love the Northern Lights Black Spruce. I'm telling you, I wore it to bed last night. Happy? An oil? I have Stress Away. I have Young Living oils. It is Happy a doTERRA mix. Just the black spruce oil. Oh, we have Joy, the similar. My mom showed it. Which, Joy. Northern Lights is the name of the farm in British Columbia. The tree is a black spruce. Oh, she showed Family. Oh, I gotcha. I'm sorry, I wasn't tracking. Family is an Ula blend, which is also Young Living.
Thank you.
So the black spruce smells like a clean forest. Family, Ula, Oola, which is a Young Living collaboration with the Ula guys, 2 doctors. The black spruce is from one website. I said it's good for removing blocks to prosperity, and it has the energy of the Aurora Borealis, where the farm is, that the trees are exposed to that energy. The black spruce is a new oil. It smells incredible. I put it on my wrist and wore it to bed last night. It smells that good. And these 2 oils, the black spruce and the evergreen essence, which is a blend of pines and spruces, are the only 2 oils that my husband was like, gimme. Other than dill. He really likes dill. Incredible. Smells really good. And they weren't horribly expensive either. Do you understand that about you can't call yourself a fully loving person if you can't love yourself? Like, you can still be acting in loving ways, but you're not completing the cycle if you aren't letting the love come back in. That's martyrdom. That's self-sacrifice, which equals, over time, destruction of yourself. It has to come back in. It's uncomfortable. It's not easy. In nature, those trees transform negativity, yes. There's actual scientific research that if you spend time in a forest of deciduous trees, your blood pressure goes down. Your heart rate goes down. Your breathing gets deeper. You calm. You cleanse. You restore. And the oils carry that same transformative essential essence. Mama needs some black spruce. Northern Lights black spruce. Incredible. We'll be talking about that one on Monday because I'm highly impressed. I'm very sad that I didn't order it sooner. Plus, who doesn't want more help removing blocks to prosperity? Yes, and I'm very happy to live in the forest because when I'm having a bad day, I can walk 100 yards outside of my house and sit down by a cedar tree or a pine tree. Very grateful. It's worth every bit of aggravation to live where we live. It isn't just what you give when you love, but also what you open yourself to receive. Yes, the water too. It's a perfect combination where we live. It comes with a price and it's worth it. As you send love out, the universe will send love back. It's simply the law of cause and effect. Waves coming in and not going out is a problem. Waves going out and not coming back in is a problem. All your air going out means you're going to die. All your air coming in means you're going to blow up like a Macy's Day Parade balloon, and that nobody wants that. When we think of ourselves as channels for the infinite creative energy of the universe, we think higher thoughts than, how am I going to get a job? We're lifted to a realm of consciousness where questions like, how can I best serve the world, take precedence over, what can I get out of this? Within that realm, we naturally do get a job. We naturally do create money, and we naturally do produce an outer prosperity that reflects the prosperity in our hearts. This doesn't mean we don't have to do the footwork, but our feet become guided by a wisdom we might not have even known we had. This, to me, is the most important thing that we've read all week. It automatically happens. That's what I spend so much time telling people in the workshop. If you'll pull your focus back, if you'll bring it all back here, the stuff that you're worried about out there will take care of itself. You'll get the information to fix what needs to be fixed, if anything. A lot of times, relationships just start to get better, and you don't have to do a darn thing. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is clean your own house. Repair your own roof. Let everything and everyone else off the hook, and they will start to figure it out. But you have to pull your focus and stop trying to fix everyone and everything outside of you, because that's not where it happens. No doing. It's a hard concept because it's not how we're brought up. It's not what we're taught in school. It's not what we're taught by our families, unless we're truly fortunate, and in which case you probably wouldn't even be on this scope. Okay, when we think of ourselves as channels for the infinite creative energy of the universe, thoughts like, how can I best serve the world, start to take precedence over what can I get out of this. Within that realm, we naturally get a job, we naturally create money, we naturally produce an outer prosperity that reflects the prosperity in our hearts. We still have to take action, but we don't take action until it's obvious what to do. And until then, you clean your house, you chop wood, you carry water, you tend to your own business, you mind your own beeswax, until it's time to act. And when it's time to act, you do the cat thing and you pounce. And then you win. The missing part of law of attraction stuff is all the internal work. The missing piece of that. It's not slapping something on a vision board and then focusing on that and how that feels. That's the starting point. Because as you're focused on how it feels, there's a lot of work that follows right behind that. And that's when people get confused and they're like, this isn't working. Well, it's not working because that's only the starting place. Then you have to figure out why you're not comfortable feeling happy. Then you have to figure out why you're still out trying to get when you say you're trying to attract. But your actions show you're still out there trying to manipulate the world. Get your fingers in a bunch of pies. There's a lot of work that follows that. The Secret is very frustrating movie to me because I feel like it almost sets people up for failure. Then again, people find what they need to find when they're ready to find it. So it is a good trigger point. And my hope is that more people will then find a teacher or find a companion or somebody that can help them do the work that follows that. The Secret starts it. The very intro law of attraction conversations start this process, but there's quite a lot of depth. No, I think you're right, Michelle. That's what I see happen, is people get depressed because it doesn't work. And you're like, well, what's wrong with me? It says it works, and I'm doing everything it says to do, but there's not a new car in my driveway. The Secret leaves out the actual secret. Yeah, it's presented as, well, it worked for them. How come I can't make this work? So then you feel defective. When the truth of the work that has to be done is completely left out. So it's a setup for failure that way. You're given a list of instructions without the full story. So you follow the instructions and it doesn't work. Therefore, you make yourself feel wrong about it. And then you feel like shit. That's frustrating to me. There's work that has to be done with it. That's why I don't know. I feel I get tangled up on that subject because it's frustrating. It frustrates me. Because I want everybody to be happy, right? How many people preached it in the movie and then I'm like, I must not be privileged. Right. Because you had person after person after person presenting, oh, hey, this is all I did. Yeah, there's a big piece left out of the kit. The big giant middle of the jigsaw puzzle was missing. It's a trap. Yes. It's a trap that a lot of people made a lot of money off of. And Esther Hicks was involved in that in the beginning and then pulled out. The very first copy of The Secret has Esther Hicks in it. And then she pulled out. Yeah, liar, liar, pants on fire. That was a manipulation that made a lot of people a lot of money and left. She withdrew herself because of she wasn't going to give them creative control over how that information was used, and the way they were using it she didn't agree with. So she withdrew their participation. She didn't want to be a part of that. Yeah, because so there's a video out there, Behind the Secret by Esther Hicks, which is what's missing. Spiritual seduction tactics. Yes, it's fear-mongering. It's playing on our natural desire and our natural intuition that we know that this can be better, and it's manipulating it to sell products. That's kind of fucked up. It's not cool. That's not cool. That's not how I want to live. So I'm very glad that a lot of people found their way out of it to understand that they weren't doing anything wrong. They weren't giving... Yeah, if you get a copy of the first copy of The Secret, he is. I haven't seen him. But, yes. So, yeah, that's what I agree, Michelle. Oh, good. Good. I'm grateful that it got it to Bob Doyle, Michelle. She said Bob Doyle. I'm grateful that it got the concept out to the masses. And then I hope that people find their way to understanding that there's more work to do. And it's not their fault that following the instructions presented in The Secret didn't work. Okay. So this is a really good chapter, this spiritual surrender. So I think I want to extend that discussion. About The Secret. Did you not see it? Don't bother. You're exactly where you should be. By missing it, you saved yourself from a train wreck. Don't bother. Goodbye. Yeah, don't even waste your time unless you just want to see it from an academic standpoint. You can probably find it on Amazon or the internet or somewhere. You don't need to see it. It's unless you just want to see it to see what the fuss is about. It tells you that all you have to do is think about a new car and you'll get a new car. All you have to do is think about expecting checks in the mail and you'll get checks in the mail. It takes a complex topic and reduces it to a list of instructions. Oh, thanks, Roseanne. Yeah, people here are way past that. Catherine, you're way past that. I'm sure you are too, Julia. You're way past that. It's a simplistic, reductionistic method that says people have to fail. Yes. It introduced the subject to the masses, and those who wanted more found their way to teachers to get more. Sure. Exactly. That's exactly it. It's not realistic. So, but it was presented as realistic. So then when people did it and followed the instructions, yes, the prosperity gospel. All you have to do is this plus send me a check. All you have to do is pray and get. It leaves out the work that has to be done. it leaves out why you're not getting in the first place. It leaves out the work of opening up those channels to receive. Yeah, that's all. It's the same. So I'm going to stop there. Yeah, it's lots of checks in the mail for them. Because when The Secret first came out, yes. Well, I'm partial to the desire map. So, because we talk about what opens the pathway to that. And I have a desire map workshop coming up for women. Feelings.eventbrite.com if you want to read my take on it. And we don't just do desire mapping, Juliana. We do deep dive coaching and figure out why you're not allowing in what is your birthright. So we look at why prosperity isn't flowing to you already. But that's a 5-week workshop. Oh, thank you, Michelle. This book, the desire map process, the way I do it, gets to the core of the issue of why you're not already prosperous. And the point is to teach you to allow it in. Yeah. Rather than going out and trying to hammer it out of the world. It's doing the work here. Removing the blocks that are right here and right now. It's been life-changing for me. It's been life-changing for the people who've taken it. I believe I can say that safely. It cuts through all the crap. Yes, Michelle's taking it. Linda's taking it. She just had to go to work. Tanya's taking it. My mom, the Blue Bobcat's taking it. Catherine's taking it. A lot of people on these scopes have taken it. But this is also a good book. We're working our way through it related to money. Yeah, Katie's 1010 is taking it. It's 5 weeks of looking at this stuff with a workbook and some essential oils that also help remove blocks. And then I'm a trained therapist, so we go deeper than just coaching. Roseanne is signed up. Heidi, you may have run across Heidi in other scopes. PHJAE, Heidi J. She's signed up. Oh, bummer. I would love to have you in the workshop. A woman from Florida signed up last night. I don't know a thing about her, but I just trust that we're trying to get Linda's sister to take it. So about 5 to 6 people, because we do so much in-depth coaching. I really feel like now I can't take more people. I started out taking 10, and I think I even want to scale that back to like no more than 6. Because we really dig into it. So anyway, that's an option. But this book is an option too. This book is one of the best, I think. Absolutely. Oh, totally. There'll be groups all year. If you need a payment plan, let me know. We can figure something out. Yes. Yes, I'll take payments if it's somebody I know. Just DM me on Twitter or find me on Facebook. Let me write down my Facebook address. Yeah, I want people to have it, so I'm willing to work with you to get it. Facebook.com/ I'm writing this down. L. Michelle Wolf. You can message me or friend me on Facebook, or you can DM me on Twitter at MichelleWolf11. L. Michelle Wolf. Desire Map. Oh, DM direct message on Twitter. It's just Twitter's messaging system at MichelleWolf11. Same as Periscope. But you can't, there's not a payment plan option through Eventbrite. Thank you! You do get more than coaching, but I'm not functioning as a therapist, but I'm still using my therapist skills. Oh, yeah, you can message people through Twitter privately. It's called direct message, so you'll hear people say DM. Send me a DM on Twitter. That's a direct message. If Jesus, always with the cleavage. Note to self. Never scoping this shirt. Right. Nobody wants to see these lady parts. The the retail price might be more. You're gonna get a different experience in Desire Map workshopping if you're taking it from someone who has a therapy background than someone who is a coach, because coaches don't typically, retail is 60, wholesale's cheaper. I don't know what the wholesale price is. The wholesale price would be 24% less than that. 46, yeah. And there is 85 to 100 and something drops in a bottle. So you can figure it's like a quarter a drop or something, whatever that works out to be. But just smelling it is enough. You don't ever even have to use it. Yeah. Any questions? I'm going to stop here. I want to read this spiritual surrender chapter slowly, especially since I got caught up in the giggles today. I want to spend some time on this chapter because it's so important. Opening ourselves fully to love, but because we all have issues with receiving, and receiving is the only way to complete the cycle. Receiving is the only way to be a complete channel for God in the world, to be a complete expression of universal energy through a physical body and being the answer to other people's prayers. It's not a complete story. Oh, Roseanne, the small bottle is $23.75 wholesale. $23.75 wholesale. That's the bottom line right there. That is my goal in life, is to live a full, complete expression of the universe through a physical body in this time and place. And I'm not doing it yet. That exchange of energy. It's getting better. It's coming in. It's trickling in. It's coming forward. The blocks are down and things are filtering through now. But it's not complete yet, and I know that. So I'll continue to work on it. I will continue to relax and allow it. That language of working on it is tricky too. Divine receiving. Divine ease is my core desired feeling for 2016. Because ease reminds me to back off. Back off, bitch. Settle down. Take a step back. Shut up. In a nice way. I say it with affection. Settle down, lady. It's okay. Ego schmigo. Yes, our perspective is colored with expectations. Receiving without expectation and giving without expectation. Your brain is always 5 years ahead. You need to slow down. Yes. Mindfulness practice is important. Bring your attention to right here. Bring your attention to right now. Right here, right now. Think about it, ladies. If there's any men watching on the web or a replay, my apologies. Think about it, ladies and potential gentlemen. All this good stuff we generate is going to be reflected to us. You're 20 going on 35. You're 20? Yeah. What a gift to be doing this work at 20. What a gift. You are so blessed. So blessed. Apparently not. Yeah. Apparently you're not 20 mentally. So awesome. This I had this material when I was 20. I just didn't use it. Yes. Count your blessings on that one. That's brilliant. 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 So, if you guys don't have any questions, I think I'll wrap it up. And I have some computer work to do. Really got to write that cat litter review. I'm going to. I don't got to do it. I'm going to do it today. If I have to stay up till midnight, I'm going to do it today. You're welcome. And I might not do any more product reviews for a while. So, get ready to hear about OcoCat cat litter. 3 different varieties. Pine, clumping, and pellet. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow from the twins' house with Byron, Katie, Dowd, Jean. Glad you're able to join us, Cindy. Glad you're feeling better. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a great day, everybody. Love to you. You're very welcome.